All right, what's up YouTube? Welcome to my channel. And if you are like me, you love these old 90s versions of these PWCs, then you have come to the right channel. That's pretty much all I do on this channel. Love to spend Saturday afternoons in the garage tinkering on these things, and today is no different. I've got my 98 GTS. This is the very first ski that I bought, very first rebuild, full engine rebuild that I did. And anyway, I've got a little problem that I'm having. I've got a slight engine vibration. I'll just say a vibration. You get up in the RPMs and you can feel it. Very slight, but you can feel it. And the other issue I'm having is a noise that I have not been able to pinpoint. And it's a noise that you cannot hear through the speakers of a camera. I've tried, and you can only hear it live, really. So it's anyway, that's what I'm addressing today. If there's something that you may be having an issue with, stick around. We're going to see if what I think is the problem is the problem. And so let's dive into this and let's see what's going on. All right, so the pump is out because that's where I think the problem lies with what I'm having on this Sea-Doo. So let me give you a little history on it, because it's the history that makes me think it's the pump. So if you've got an old jet ski, you're the best one to be able to, guesstimate, let me say that, what the problem might be. So this goes back to the beginning of this ski. This was the very first ski that I bought, and it was the very first rebuild that I did. So I pulled the pump out, and you see there was no bumper at the end of this drive shaft that goes into the engine. And I don't remember ever seeing one, and I certainly don't remember ever putting one on before I inserted this pump back in. So I'm hoping and I'm thinking this could be part of my problem, part of the engine noise. I'm not sure. The other thing that I'm having is vibration, and I think that also goes back to me, to could be all of my skis basically, is I've just been kind of eyeing it as far as getting the shaft to line up with the engine. And so I'm thinking maybe part of my issue, this vibration, is I don't have the engine lined up to meet that shaft properly. I may be off just a fraction of an inch, just enough to give me that vibration when you get up into the RPMs. As I said earlier, if you've got a ski and you have history with it, you're the best one to diagnose what it could be. And that's what I'm thinking it is, and hope that is, because if that is, it's an easy fix. We're going to take care of that today. So, all right, before I move on real quick, one other thing I needed to bring up about why I suspected the pump. Knowing your ski is important, and why I suspected the pump is I removed the pump, and what I did, because I feared the noise I was hearing was an engine issue. And of course, like I said, this was my first rebuild, so I'm always concerned there's something I missed or didn't do right on the rebuild. So, but what I did is I removed the pump, and then I started the engine up, and it sounded fine. I did not get that same noise that I was getting beforehand. So that was a little, I was a little relieved that the engine sounded fine when I took the pump out. So the noise I was getting is with the pump connected. So anyway, I want to throw that in before we move in, that that's kind of the way I've determined that I don't have an engine problem. But some kind of a pump, shaft, something's going on this end of the ski. All right, so let's dig into this. I went ahead and finally pulled the plug and bought an alignment tool. This is a WSM alignment tool. I haven't even taken it out of the bags yet, and but I'm going to make sure that I have the engine and the shaft lined up perfectly with this machine. The other thing is I ordered some bumpers to go on the end of that drive shaft that's missing there. Take care of that, and of course I just have another neoprene to go around to insert that pump, seal it off there against the hole of the Sea-Doo. So that's what we're going to do today, and hopefully that's going to take care of the problems I'm having with this jet ski, Sea-Doo, PWC. We'll hit them all so no one gets upset with me. So let's get started. I think the first thing I'm going to do is break this open, and let's see if we can get this fitted together, find out which plate goes to the back of my ski, and let's see if we're lined up. I've got the plate in, and I had to use extra washers up here in the corners. I don't know if you can pick it up, to make sure I get it tight. So I've got it really tight against the back of this ski, so that there's no give, there's no play in it at all. It's tight, and so now let's see if my engine is aligned. All right, so let me lower you down in here, and we're going to see where we're at with this shaft and the engine. All right, so let's push this shaft through and let's see where we are. All right, I cannot see it. I hope you're picking up where we're at. Obviously we are off, so let's pull it back and let's do it one more time from the other side. All right, let's see where we are from the side. All right, so obviously we are not lined up, and that was my fear. So I'm going to stop here, take a look at the video, and see how I'm going to have to shim this engine to make sure we can line it up. All right, so I just went in and checked the video to see where I'm at with the lineup of this drive shaft and the engine, and it looks like I need to come up a little bit on the back of the engine. So I have a box of shims here. I've pulled out, now this is really where it becomes a guessing game, at least to me. So I pulled out a 1/16, and I don't know, I got 1/32 and a 1/64. So I really don't know, but when I'm looking at this, and I'm going to stick you down there to see if you can see, but here we go. Let me try to do this without dropping. All right, on the back left, I can see that this is shimmed right down there. I don't see that over here on the right side. So you have got a much better view of it than I do, looking down into the hull of the ski. So you're down there. Is there a shim already? I couldn't tell that there was one, and maybe there is, it's just hidden. But you know, when I rebuilt this engine, did I put it back in without putting a shim in? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if I'll be able to, since I'm going to need two hands, whether I'm going to be able to keep you down there, set you up down there. But if I can't, here's what I'm going to do. Let me get you situated here. So I got my small pry bar. I'm going to stick it down here underneath the engine, and just enough to lift it. Now, I've already forgot to tell you, the bolts holding the engine down, I've already broken them loose and have already unscrewed them about halfway. I don't want to take them all the way out. I should be able to lift the engine just enough down there to slide this shim in, and that's what I'm going to try to do, and it's going to take both hands to do that. So I may try to get you down there and try to set you up down there so you can see, because I'm not sure how I'm going to do it right now without help, but I'm going to try it first. So let me do that. Let me see if I can get you situated, and let's just see if I can slide this shim down underneath the engine bracket or brace, and then we'll see if that changes anything on the alignment. Okay, hold on. All right, so let's see if this is going to work. It's a tight fit, and I can't even tell if I'm raising the engine at this point. I think I am. So again, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's see. I may just be blocking you from even seeing anything. All right, I got it in there. Surprisingly easy, maybe surprisingly wrong. So let's see. You know what, that may have done it. And I'm sorry if I'm really muffled now. When I leaned over, the mic practically went in my mouth. So let me get some help back out here, and you know, maybe that was it. Let me fish you out of here. I got you crammed down in there on a small tripod, so I may not edit this part out. That wasn't too bad, was it? All right, so the problem, maybe, we're going to see, we didn't have a shim over here. So this engine was kind of sitting crooked because I do have a shim back here. And I do have shims on the front, both of the front side of the engine. So maybe that's a mistake I made on the rebuild, putting this engine back in. Maybe that was one of my extra parts I had left over, right? So let me get some help, and I'm going to put you know what, I should have left you down here, and we're going to see where we're lining up now, but let me get some help out here. All right, so maybe I can do this without help. So let me pull the shaft out, put it back in, and let's just see if we've made a difference. I cannot tell. Obviously I can't see and do that at the same time, so I'm going to watch the video here real quick and just see how I'm lining up again. So I'm going to also, let me fish you out again. I'm going to put you, sorry about that, that was a little rougher getting you out. So I'm going to put you on the other side. All right, let's see how we line up again from the left side. All right, what did you see? Let me stop the video again. Let me take this in the house and let me look at it again and let's see where we are. All right, guys, just real quick, I just want to show you, I guess, what I would call further evidence that we've got this lined up perfectly. Is I went ahead and I put the rubber boot on and I went ahead and shoved the carbon seal in. So now we're gonna run this shaft through here and it should go perfectly in that boot without any kind of binding up or catching the sides of it. So let's come out here to our alignment tool and let's go in. Okay, we are all the way, and as you can see, it went perfectly into the boot. So we are lined up as good as I can get it. I'll just call it that. I've already tightened down my engine bolts, mounting bolts, so we're good. So now it's just we're getting close now. Just got to get my pump back in, run that through. I've got to get the clip on, and of course I never remember what this is, but anyway, I've got to get those two pieces in on the drive shaft, bolt this pump in, and let's see if we fixed it. All right, real quick, just before I get this pump back in here, so I've got it greased up, and I'm getting the bumper ready to go on the end. I've got my seal, neoprene seal in, and we are ready to go put this pump back in. And what I've done is, you see, I've just kind of lined everything up, so hopefully it'll go slide right on through there without any issues, and then I can put my clip in. So let's see how it goes. I may have to recruit some help out here to help me out, but let's see if we can get this pump in and be done with it. All right, well, here we go. We're going to try this engine out. I'm not real concerned. I know we fixed the vibration. We saw that the engine was off. I put that what is a 1/64th shim in it, and so that alignment tool went right into the back of the engine, and didn't have any trouble with the pump putting that in. So anyway, I'm not real concerned. I know we fixed that. Right now I want to get it started, and I want to see if I can pick up the noise that I've been hearing. You won't be able to hear it. It doesn't go through this mic. I've tried that and it doesn't, but I don't know. So let's try to start this thing up and let's let it run a little bit and see what we get. I don't need to come back over there. So I didn't hear it. I did not hear it, and that's really good. I'm really excited. I believe this now is fixed and ready to go. If anything, I may need to tune the carburetor, or not tune the carburetor, but raise the idle a little bit. It seemed like it was a little bit low, but anyway, all right. Well, if you hung around this far to the end, I appreciate it. And as always, I hope that this helps somebody who maybe find themselves in the same situation and helps them fix their ski. And but I always appreciate you joining me. And you know, let me know comments, anything else if you've experienced, say, like engine noises or anything that I may need to check out before we get it back on the water. So, all right, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.